Sunglass and Advil. Last night was mad real. It had me feeling like Kanye, and the liquor had you looking like Kim K. Sunglass and Advil. Last night was mad real. It had me feeling like Kanye, and the liquor had you looking like Kim K. Sunglass and Advil. Last night was mad real. It had me feeling like Kanye, and the liquor had you looking like Kim K. Sunglass and Advil. Last night.
What's up? Welcome.
Soul Train, Third Degree, SB on site. Yeah, we about to do it to y'all. Yeah, here we go. Let's go. One time, two times, three times. Yeah.
We came to blow your mind.
Three times, two times, one time.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. Here's a little intro music. We doing it. I've been working hard, trying to, get everything right. I've been so pumped up about this show. I don't have to be nowhere afterwards. So I was studying and trying to read and trying to learn how to do this. But man, I've been excited. I'm here. We got some fun little things for y'all. Man, welcome to Drop Your 3 Cent. I'm your boy Third Degree. I'm about to bring in Quez onto the stage right now. Yeah, welcome my partner in crime as we wait for other folks to join in too. Hitman Rob, what's good with you?
What's going on, brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed. I can't complain. I'm loving the energy coming in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's got the music going. I seen before we went live, you got the little video. Hey, it's official, like a referee with a whistle, baby. Hey.
We officially if they don't know what we're talking about, hold on. We can show y'all real quick. Hold on.
Hey, that's really live up in here. What's up, my Hebrew brother Rob?
Sunglass and Advil. Last night was mad real. It had me feeling like Kanye, and the liquor had you looking like Kim K.
Okay.
Hey, Adoration, I see you real quick. We just doing the intros. We getting warmed up real quick. Yeah, man. Rob, my Hebrew brother. That's right.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Man. My mic is low? All right, hold up. Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Is it better?
Yeah, that's it.
Bet. All right, so yeah, we got a good show tonight. We got some people on the stage right now. Okay, better, good. Thank you. Like I said, we still working out the kinks, so forgive me. But yes, I'm your boy Third Degree. We got Quez in the house. Of course, we're gonna wait on Melvin. We're gonna wait on D, but we got some other folks already lined up and ready to go. Today's topics: passport bros. Are they looking for slaves? Or are they looking for love? The next one is OnlyFans. What would you do if you found out that your significant other had an OnlyFans? Would you be upset or would you support? The next one would be, what is the man's role? What is the man's role in a relationship? And I got clips and stuff to go along with it. So before we get started, Melvin's here. Before we get started, yo, Quez, you got anything you want to say before we get started?
Hey, man, don't let me hold y'all up. Let on with the show. You know what I'm saying? Third, what's the word?
So
I know you got your word.
You got the word. So we're going to make sure that we drop the link. If you guys want to come on, make sure you guys keep it nice and respectful. You know, we can agree to disagree and just keep it all about respect. You know, we're going to have heated discussions about certain things. Just remember that it's all about love and showing love, and just make sure you get that back. Also, if you want to come on, make sure that you please have your camera on. And make sure that, you know, if you do get that invite, that you can click the link so it can be shared to any of your social media followers, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. So right now we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. So we want to make sure we get this all the way out. We want to make sure we get the numbers up. We want to keep it popping like we do on Facebook. Melvin said, F that, y'all all wrong. What do we do, Melvin?
We didn't even start talking yet, sir.
What do we do, Melvin? Man, okay. So anyway, yo, Quez, hit me with hit it third. What's the word?
Third, what's the word for today, my brother? I know you got something strong for us.
Yes, it's called power of the tongue. Now, essentially, you know, you have to be careful of certain words that you speak. You know, we live in a world today where people are constantly negative, and they always want to put the bad. You have the power of the tongue to either speak life or death over your situation. So before you go into something, like say if you're getting ready to go for a job interview, or if you're talking about your love life, you're talking about your finances, try speaking life over that as opposed to death. Like, as opposed to, the way that you start changing the way that you speak is going to be the way that you change the way that you think. Because if you start walking around with this negativity mindset, that's all you're going to have is the negativity. And we don't want that. You don't want to speak death of your situation. So if you are broke, and you say, I'm broke, you're constantly draining the energy, draining any positive energy out of your situation, and you're foretelling your circumstances as opposed to speaking life into it. If you're in a tight bond, just say, look, things are just tight right now, but I'm working to get to a better plateau. I'm always striving. I'm always trying to do something. Speak life. Speak, hey, I am a good person. I am going to do something. I'm going to find love. I'm going to have the finances. I'm going to have the car. I'm going to have this. You know, I'm going to have a good wife. Start speaking more positivity into your life as opposed to the negativity.
Most definitely, sir. I like that word of the day too. That was a good one. The power of the tongue, man.
It was going to be negativity, but I don't want to get canceled.
I mean, you're definitely right, man. Your brain doesn't know whether you're joking or not. So when you say things out of your mouth, your brain registers it as such. So when you speak negative on yourself, your brain tends to function your body to go towards what you just said you are. So if you said you retarded, your brain gonna do everything in its power to prove that you retarded. So
exactly.
It's just how it works, people. I'm sorry, I ain't no scientist or nothing, but you know, there's a lot of books and stuff that you can read that hip you the game on that. Well, that was a good word of the day. I like that. Yes,
I bet. So we're gonna keep it pushing, keep it popping. We got Quez in the house. We got I see Adorations on the stage. We got Letitia. Letitia's on time. Man,
boy, ain't God good? Ain't God good?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, she is on time. She's like, I'm gonna be here today. I ain't even mad at it.
She left the forest early from picking berries and you know, whatever it is she be out there eating. She stopped short today, you know what I'm saying, and made sure she got here on time. We appreciate you, Queen.
Man, we appreciate you,
all your veganness. She gonna cuss us out, boy. Let me stop. It's too early.
Right.
I love Letitia. Let me just start by saying that before she gets on. And you know, her journey through her vegan diet just encourages me to be such a better man. Yeah.
Right.
You finna bring her on?
Not just yet. So
okay, good. All right, let's go.
So our first, she's waiting too. She's like, mean, lean, and green. What's up, Tanisha? How you doing?
What up, Tanisha? What's going on?
So yeah, so the first topic today, we're gonna talk about these passport bros. Now, I didn't really know what a passport bro was. You know what I'm saying? I have to get kind of hip to it, but I guess apparently it's a man who goes to foreign countries to find love. But there's been some negative connotations that go along with that. There's been people. We are okay. We are blessed. As you see, we got the energy going. The dirty simps. So yeah, so we've been hearing that, I've been hearing negative things about him. Like Melvin has said, he called them dirty simps, and I've heard people calling them pretty much slave masters and this and that and blah blah blah. But before we start bringing in our guests, we're gonna show pretty much a clip of what somebody is saying about these passport bros. Also, I want to know: are black women devalued here in America, or are they devalued? Period. You know what I'm saying? And why is it that black men have to down black women when it comes to finding a passport bro or a passport girl, whatever the hell it is? Anyway, just peep the clip, please. Peep the clip.
This woman's attractive. You think she's beautiful. You take her out on a few dates. You realize she's rough around the edges. And so now you want to go to Thailand to get a girl that knows 50 English words, but she's going to be so happy to be taken out of whatever circumstance she's in that she'll be your servant for the rest of your life. It's giving me Coming to America, Bark Like a Dog.
Oh. Daily back massages.
It's right. It's giving me your royal.
Just a clip. Letitia, Adoration, how you doing?
I'm sorry, guys. I literally
Good.
It's 5:00 in the morning.
Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate the dedication.
We appreciate you up bright and early on the other side of the world.
Right?
Where are you? Are you in Dubai or are you in Thailand? Do you see some of these passport bros out there?
I know passport bros. I grew up with passport bros. I grew up in Thailand.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. I know passport bros.
Wow.
Yeah. I am passport bros.
Can you explain a little bit more?
Okay, I got a lot.
Well, since you know him, and especially since you're out there on the other side of the world, can you please explain and break down what is a passport bro exactly?
Okay, so passport bros, first of all, I think that American people will have a lot of the more negative connotation of them. I can tell you more of the reality. But passport bros are guys who are like, I saw this as I grew up online more so because obviously growing up in Thailand, I don't really get the negative stuff from the US unless I like get it from offline because I didn't grow up there. But passport bros are guys who are like, you know what I mean? These modern women, da 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 da. Unfortunately, they're usually black men. You know what I mean? I'm going over to get myself a traditional girl who's gonna be, that idea of what they call traditional. I can afford that because it's almost like what they're saying is like, okay, for example, let's say like an average American girl. What salary does she usually want her guy to make, right? She's making, let's say, 35 to 50,000 a year. She wants a guy who can make that or more usually, right? So the guy's like, forget that. I can take my 20,000 a year over to Thailand and live a pretty decent life. And a girl will be with me. And this is what they have in their minds. I can tell you more about the reality later. But yeah, right. That's kind of the concept of a passport bro. It kind of ranges from just like, I want a traditional woman to like a very bitter state of some men. There's like, it's not everybody's terrible. It's kind of like a large array of like different levels of like running from what's in your country to what's over there in third world, because in the third world, stuff is cheaper. Basically,
really,
the idea of the concept of like a lot of men, they look at women as like a financial burden. So a lot of them are looking like, okay, I have a cheaper financial burden over there. That's the concept that they have in their mind, and they think that from their point of view, they'll get a more subservient woman over there than they would get in the USA. That's their concept. That's the concept of passport bros. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Tisha, do you know anything? You look nice today, Tisha. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good.
Slay.
Thank you. Thank you. It's pretty much everything she said, because I didn't know the whole deal about it either. And so when you mentioned it that one time we did the Facebook Live, I was on the internet just looking at videos, looking things up, and I was digging into it. And it's pretty much everything she said, but also too, it's on a little bit more of a sexual level too, because some of the videos that I've watched, they're looking for females who are not going to make them wait for it.
Yes.
Who they think they're flashy enough or whatever that they can get it on the first night, whereas a lot of women now are like
the easy, right?
They have to deal with the mouth first before they have to get it, and they don't like that. And so that's basically it too, to add on to what she said.
Yeah. It has gotten.
Because I saw one video. This guy had asked this girl, like, you know, do I have to wait, you know, a week before I get it? And she was like, no. And he was like, oh, so I can get it right now tonight. And she was like, yeah. And he was like, see, passport bros. So exactly.
There's literally, but the thing is, like, it's getting embarrassing, right? Because as a Black American woman overseas, I'm always like, of course, defending my Black American brothers, because everybody got something to say about Black American people for some reason. Like, our mouth is in the entire world's our name is the entire world's mouth for some reason. I don't really know why. But anyway, it getting so embarrassing because one girl got on, she's like, she's from Colombia, and she's like, literally, guys will walk up to me with their passport in their hand and money, like this is like, you know how you like try and like woo woman, you ask her out to dinner. She's like, they'll literally walk up to her like that and be like, I got money, I got an American passport. And she's like, what is wrong with you guys men? And I'm like, what? I told her, I don't know that guy. I don't know.
Nah, don't put that on us.
I told her, I don't know those people.
No, she was, well, she's asking the girl was asking her a question because these men are out there. They so proud about saying that they're American men. That's for one.
Embarrassing.
And the next thing they do is bam, the passport, because that passport is already known. Like if they're American and they're a Black man walking around with that passport, it's like ding, 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 ding for them. So they proudly go around and saying that they're American men. So when she asked what's wrong with all men out there, like they out there really representing American men. They think they're like the poster child for Black American men.
But I told her that's not how. I told her, listen,
that's
not
all of.
I can't speak for everybody, but my brothers and my father are not like that. They're not like that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty a wide array. But I would kind of like to be the person to kind of let passport bros know more about the reality of it, because like I said, growing up,
yes, please do.
Bros, I can tell you what the reality is like. So that's what everybody thinks is gonna happen. Everybody thinks I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna be rich over there, I'm gonna have my pick of woman, you know, all the most beautiful women are gonna be throwing themselves at me, and I'm gonna be living like a king. I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean? What's the guy's name? The guy who only marries the 25-year-old girls. Leonardo DiCaprio, is that the guy? Somebody like those people. Yeah, exactly. So they think of that. Okay, so this is how it goes. I grew up in Thailand, and I'm not speaking for all people in Thailand. Okay, I'm speaking for the people that know the game. Okay, because they understand what's happening. They understand that you are devaluing us as women, the Thai girls as women. You're saying that I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna get less. I'm gonna get more for less. I'm gonna give less. Like you said, I'm gonna get it on the first night. You're a prostitute. You're a hoe. Da 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 da. Now, a lot of the girls in Thailand, especially on the main strip, are prostitutes. A lot of people they go to Thailand for prostitution. That's what Thailand is. Thailand is known for their sex tourism. Thailand is the strip. My family lived in Thailand because we were missionaries. Literally, like that's what Thailand is known for. So
wow.
Yeah, Thailand is. Yeah, if you never been, Thailand's the strip. Okay,
y'all was down in the nitty gritty of that thing, huh?
No, literally, there be guys be like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful. I would love to marry you." I'm like, "Yeah." One guy said to my sister, and he's like, "Where'd you grow up?" She's like, "I grew up in Thailand." He just blocked her.
Dang.
We laughed. So no, Thailand's known. Literally, there's a saying that says, "Good guys go to heaven, bad guys go to patio." Like it's like. And Patty's in Thailand. So Thailand's the strip. So anyway, so yeah, Thailand's rough. So anyway, I mean it's a nice place and everything, and there are some great things there, but I mean it's sex tourism. That's what it's known for. And it's not the only place. You hear other places, Colombia, Venezuela, the Philippines, all those places that those guys go to and end up falling in love with this random lady with a random name, the Ukraine, these beautiful young ladies, and it's like, oh my God, I fell in love. She's such a great person. So here's what happens. The girls are I'm sorry. If prostitution was a sport, Thailand's the best.
Damn.
These
Hey,
girls.
I think we should throw a disclaimer right here. All the views and opinions of the people speaking belong to them solely. So make sure you get in their inbox. You know what I'm saying? We'll just throw that out there real quick.
Sorry.
We wasn't ranking the hoes. You know what I'm saying? We just,
Let me explain.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
Please do.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little rated. I'm not really sure. I grew up around it, so I know it very well. How do I put this? Okay, they're very learned about the game. They understand what kind of men are coming over there. So they don't have any mercy on these people. I think I said in a comment the other day that I don't know one man, save some of the older, like really, really old guys. Like I know a guy who's like 90 something who's married to a Thai girl. And yeah, his Thai girl's like not even 30 yet. So it's pretty wild over there. But I don't know any passport bros, save maybe one couple maybe, that is successfully and safely married to this day. What happens is some of these people, and I'm talking about the girls and their families, they're all, a lot of them are, usually they're all in on it. They will marry you. They will take you first night. I mean, they're prostitutes basically. So first night, 100%. Right. These guys will fall in love. They'll marry the girl, if that. They'll have a baby with them, but it's a different mindset that they have. And I had to sit down with some of my female friends that were, you know, in the game and learn and understand, because I didn't understand. In America, Black American woman, you'll have a baby with them and you'll leave them and they'll take care of the baby and maybe get you for child support at most. These girls, they're not like that. Okay. They will have the baby with you. And the baby, and I don't know if you guys don't understand this, it's a little hard to say. And this goes not just the girl, but the family. The baby will be the ransom. You will pay every penny that you thought you never had. I know young men who actually got almost in it and had to kidnap their babies and like literally like rush to the States in like emergency mode. I saw one guy do it because I knew one guy who did it and I understood, but I saw one guy doing it and I felt bad for his wife.
Wow.
I know that he's kidnapping the child and she's never going to see that child again, but I didn't say anything because I knew based on our ideology as Americans that he had to do what he had to do. Okay, because people have different ideologies. And this is what I say. I do agree with interracial marrying. I dated a guy who was Portuguese Indian, but every time I go to date somebody outside my race, I need to know, what is your ideology? What is your outlook on life? People are different.
Right.
Listen to me. So when you go overseas and you're like, oh, this girl's going to be more subservient. This girl's going to cook for me. I'm tired of putting up with Black women yelling and screaming. I understand that whatever goes, I don't know what goes on in America because I don't live there. But you are entering a field that you don't know. A lot of these Thai girls are married to Thai men while they're marrying you. Wow. They're not with you. They still call you a customer while they're married to you. I be sitting down with girls. What? They call them customers. They call the guys customers. That's what they are. You're a customer. So when you take your passport and you go to these places and you think that you're a flex, you have to understand what's over there. And that goes for women too. I'm not just saying this for men. I would say it's the passport women too, because there are ladies in America, especially the ones at the point, you know, the younger ones, obviously, like, it's not really as hard for us to mate or whatever, you know, because whatever. So usually like, the older ladies at this moment are the ones kind of go out and find, and they'll go out and find a guy. Usually, I don't know if you watch 90 Day Fiance, but it's usually somewhere from one of those small little Muslim countries. And the guy, or Nigeria, and the guy's just trying to get a passport over. So it's kind of that same concept, but with the Thailand, like I said, they are so good at it. I haven't seen any other country do it as well as, and when I say as well, I mean, if it was a sport, if prostitution was a sport.
That's crazy.
That's the one. Wow. I tell young men they should not go to Thailand. Like when my young brothers, love to go to Thailand, I tell them I wouldn't recommend it. Thailand's for old men. Thailand's for men who are ready to die. They got a lot of money. They don't care. No, I know old men. They know what happens. They know the game. They tell me, I don't care. I'll take a young girl, you know, my great-granddaughter's age right now, and I'm dying tomorrow. So if I lose all money, it doesn't matter. And I have not.
And I think Thailand was one of the. I think Thailand was like one of the number one places to go on the list of because they have a list of all the number one places to go, and I think Thailand was
Right.
number 1 or number 2 on that list.
Listen, I can tell you right now, I'm going to Thailand next week. Thailand is a wonderful, wonderful place to live. Wonderful place for this. I wouldn't recommend you go there if you're a young single male. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't recommend it because the girls, they're very, like I said, they're very good at what they do. They're not just prostitutes. They're nice women. So you like, I got a nice girl, and a lot of guys don't mind if a girl's gonna.
They
open her
some
lips
serious
for a
business
side.
women.
Oh, they be starting
Down to a science.
Their families,
You know what I'm saying?
listen, their families will start whole businesses. I know a guy that we knew for a long time. He got married to a lady. We knew him. We knew them. We went to their wedding, I think. Their family started a whole business. He had a laundromat. He was like, I'm living it up. They made that thing up. The family moved it and threw him right on the street. And I was like, oh, your ride's over, buddy. Did you plan for this? He's like, no. I'm like, I mean, in my mind, you're old enough to know better. Like, you're like 40 something. You know the game by now. If you come to Thailand, you have to know the game. And I'm not talking about coming there being mean and stingy and this and that.
Right.
I'm just talking about having standards for yourself as a human being, first of all. Because if you're looking for a girl who's quote unquote going to open up on the first night and do all this for you, what do you expect? Do you expect that her parents are just going to, let's just say it was her parents. Do you expect that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
So are these the times that we're living in to where now men, U.S. men, or should I say black men, have to go to Asia to go find themselves a woman? Like, what?
Okay. Yes. I mean, I would.
Cowards.
Okay. Here's the
You
thing.
know what I'm saying? Those men that ain't got no game, dude. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so do they have game or do they just have money?
I don't think it's the game. I don't.
But
think
a
it's
lot
the
of them
game.
don't have a lot of money either. A lot
Yeah.
of them don't have a lot.
That's
of
what I'm
money
saying. So how
either.
the hell are they
I saw
affording the
that too.
passport in order to go over here? You know, like
It's
were
cheap.
they putting
Passport's like
they putting trips on
$200.
layaway?
Passport ain't
Oh, it's
expensive.
cheap. It's cheap.
And one of
It's
the
cheap.
other requirements was to have an IT job that you can work from home. That way, wherever you go, you can still work. But
That
they weren't
too.
making like huge bank. They weren't.
No.
They were taking whatever
No.
they were making here and
Yeah.
taking it over there, because over there they'll look like they have something, but over
Mhm.
here we see it as you barely making it. That's what that is.
Listen, you could
Right.
send somebody in Thailand 10,000 baht a month, which is $300, and that's enough to live over there. Like, I mean, of course, not how I want to live, but for a Thai girl, that's decent. And the Thai girls, they be having multiple guys, so they got guys sending them 10,000 from every level. So that
They got the game locked down.
yeah, and a passport is less than
Right.
$150. So you can get a passport, get a plane ticket. Listen, I'm going to Thailand myself to get my ducks in a row because it's cheap. I can spend $500 for a place to live. My ticket's what, $700. I only live on like $200 a month over there or less. So it's cheap over there.
Mhm.
You can live cheap. The thing is, you just
dang,
don't people need to meet people need to understand what they're getting into. I believe, like, even when I was dating my ex, he had a very modern culture similar to American culture, but my question to him was, what is your culture? I need to know about your beliefs, because I might think, of course, any mother would take care of their kid. That's not the same. In Thailand, their parents control them. They're grown adults, but whatever their parents say goes. So what usually happens is the parents told the kids, hostage. And I know you can't really understand. It's not hostage to them, but it's hostage to us as Americans. So I know young brothers who are single fathers because they have to kidnap their kids and run back to the States. Like,
Melvin,
Right.
aka Toes, asks, "Are you a passport girl?" What the hell is it?
I'm
There's passport girls. They do the same
there
thing.
are.
There's
There are.
passport
What?
girls.
Yes, there
Yes.
are. I mean, like, it's not a thing yet, but yeah, there are. But me, I'm
No,
a third
it's
culture kid.
becoming.
No, don't try to downplay it like it's not a thing, but you know what I'm saying?
It's not a thing.
Right.
It's not a thing.
Gloss
But
over
they're
that.
No, it's
there
not a
though. But it's
thing.
not a thing. You know.
Where's y'all
It's going to be
destination
one
at?
because there's quite a
It
few
is.
girls who are doing this.
Oh, it is.
Mhm.
It
Where's
is.
y'all
gonna
So
be.
it's about
destination?
to be
Like
big like
Jamaica? You know what I'm saying?
For girls,
They're going to try to get Stone's Groove back.
the UAE is a big one for girls right now, especially Black American girls, because the guys over here, they love Black American girls. But I can tell you right now, I'm in the UAE right now. Sisters, red flag, run for your life.
Wait.
Run.
Wait.
Said,
Hold
run,
on.
Forrest, run.
Run.
So I guess the question I would have to ask are for the panel up here, are black men just using this as another way to down black women?
Why do you say black men like I'm not up here?
You know well, because again, I've heard so many different stories.
Time out.
Okay. Time out.
Okay.
Are these black men?
Yeah, you gotta specify. Are the passport bros? You gotta say, are the passport bros?
Right.
Not me. And then you're gonna single me out on the camera, bro. Come on. Really?
Right. That's the front and center.
All right. So let me rephrase that real quick. So our black passport bros, using this as a way just to degrade black women, has it really gotten that bad in America where you can't find a nice, decent black girl right here in the States? Now you have to go way across the world to go find another person. So are you looking for love, or are you looking for a servant or a slave, as what the guy was asking in the video?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my friend Tim Ross, that's who's on that video. I went to high school with him, and he had it 100%.
No way.
They're looking for slaves. They want someone who's going to be at their beck and call, do 100% of what they say, and don't have an opinion. They're reaching out to women who barely can say hello, and that's the only English word that they know. Like, that's the type of women they want. They want someone. They say that we don't cook, we don't clean, we don't do any of that stuff. We do. It's just that we're not going to do it for every man that crosses our path. And that's what they don't like. They want that woman, whoever she is, to be, like I said before, I think they took the word submission and just like stretched it to where you're supposed to do whatever I say when I say it, and that's how it goes. And that's the type of women they're seeking out in these different countries. But I always said, too, you're going to be careful. You're going to run up on the wrong one in a different country, and you're going to think you'll be able to do that, and she's worse than these American women.
Thai girls are the wrong one. I'll tell you that right now. They're the wrong one.
See, look,
they're going to run up on the right one.
I just want to say this. Because,
go ahead, my brother.
You know, we looking at black men or whatever. You know what I mean? Not to say that other races don't do it, but we don't know them. So
right.
But for us specifically, I think that personally these are cowardly men, like that are entertaining this process, because in all reality, women outnumber men in America just generally in most population settings. And then you got to take into account, you know, men that are homosexual, men that are in jail, you know, so all of these factors play in, and you're sitting here telling me that you can't find a woman that can love you for who you are right where you're at is asinine. Right. And the ones that you keep running into don't fit the criteria. So you have to leave the country to go find somebody, like they say, who doesn't speak good English or whatever the case may be. Nothing wrong with them women, but you know what I'm saying? You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But you can't tell me you found love in somebody that you can't communicate with. You can't tell me that. And say that the people that you can actually communicate with are not good enough for you. And you had found you somebody that barely speaks your language, and somehow you fell in love enough to marry them and bring them back to the country. You're full of shit. That's my view. I'm sorry.
Correct. That's actually true, though. That's true. That's true. That's really true.
Look at Melvin.
I agree.
Melvin is in the comments.
Melvin's in the comments cutting up again. Like, again, if you guys want to.
Melvin is something else.
Actually, bro, I had my passport for years, but I got a taxi cab or a 3-cent confessional. At one point, I did think about, okay, maybe I might just have to go outside of the country to go find, you know, a wife or a woman, because it wasn't so much as like, you know, finding like a yes woman. It was just because especially like after my divorce, the type of women that I was meeting, they was like emotionally damaged, or they was like, you know, gold diggers, or they was just keep it a buck. They was just batshit crazy. And it seemed like it kept being like one after the other. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just might have to go. But, you know, at the same time, though, I was thinking more so like Africa, like let me go to Gabon, or let me go to Ethiopia, or Uganda or Kenya. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really looking for like Asia per se. You know, because I think at the same time, I mean, for me being a black man, I think there's a cultural difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we going to be able to relate? Number one. Number two, the language barrier. You know, I'm a big thing about communicating, and if I can't really necessarily communicate, I get frustrated. You know, so I'm thinking like, damn, do I got the patience for that? Huh? I just say, you know what, I'll stick with Bumquisha from Compton.
Most human beings get frustrated when they can't communicate their thoughts. You know what I mean? Have you ever, you know what I'm saying, spoken to a child that, you know, may have some type of disease and they can't really talk and they trying to explain something to you and you're not catching on?
They get frustrated.
Yeah, guys, you know what I mean? My nephew autistic, and if you don't pay him no mind, he might just punch you. Like he get frustrated, like for real. Like just be honest. Like bro might punch you in your chest, like hey, you're not listening. Like you know what I'm saying? But that like imagine that being your life. Like, you made a lifelong decision with somebody that you can't communicate with. So what changed your mind, Third? I'm curious.
Well, first off, hold up, Melvin. Third out here having orgies with lady boys. First off, my name is not Dwight Howard, okay? I am third degree.
No. Okay,
Melvin is killing it.
There are lady boys.
So yeah. First off, you can't have no Wang Wang to mess with me. Number one. Number two, my name is not Dwight Howard. Number three, I don't know what the funk you on.
Wow. He's crazy.
I think that's the foulest thing he said on here.
Melvin asks, bless you, subtraction. Wow. Melvin's over here cutting up.
The whole
time I just
I've been reading it. He been messing her name up the whole night.
So what changed my whole mind was again like third penis in the group. What
does that mean, sir?
What's going on?
I don't know. I think he has penis. I think he has penis on his mind. But
there are lady boys in Thailand. I think lady boys.
We don't say that for Dwight. Maybe that's why he went to Asia to go play ball. But anyway. So what changed my mind was, you know, again, like I'm one of those, I believed in my black women here in the States. Again, I wanted someone who I could relate to, you know what I'm saying? Someone who's going to understand me. You know, what if I woke up one day wanting some soul food? You know, I wanted a woman who knows how to cook or, you know, just certain things that just we relate to. So I didn't necessarily give up hope. So I just kind of I played the field and just skated around for a minute until, you know, I found that one. But yeah, man, I thought about it. I had a passport too, and I was just ready to go to either to Africa or somewhere to see maybe I can try my luck outside of the States. But there was never no thing about being like weak for me, you know? So now you know it became like a popular thing to become a passport, bro, whatever the hell you want to call it.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing, honestly, from my point of view, because I feel like when you grow around something, you can kind of understand, right? Because there's a lot of Black American girls, especially the ones who live abroad, they choose to date African men over American men because of the culture, And I'm not against dating outside your race. I'm just pro find out. Because they say if you fuck around, you find out. I say find out first because people have different cultures, okay? And we think, as Americans, we think we're so cultured. I grew up overseas. I think I'm cultured. But when you meet people, I don't mean meet them on the surface. I don't mean, you know what I mean? You know, like you said, you go to Africa and find the girls that can cook, they can do this, they can do that. But you don't know what their culture is. When it comes down to certain stuff, you just would not comprehend.
Very true.
The stuff that we comprehend as normal, people don't comprehend it like that.
Right.
Let's say in America, you leave your girl with the kids, yada, 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 normal. The guy left the lady's a single mother. In other countries, there are some countries where you leave the girl with the kids, they find you, drag you, chop you up, you're gone. Disappear off the face of the earth. It's different stuff. In different countries, and I'm trying to tell you, that's why I say, dear Black American woman, I know these Arab guys are calling our name. They're like, your guys don't want you. Ladies, come now. And there are plenty of good guys. I'm not saying there's not great guys. And a lot of guys now are coming online telling Black American women, please, we'll marry you because apparently online your guys don't want you. But I'm just saying that the Arab culture over here, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, I avoid Emirati guys like the plague. That's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If one approaches me, it's just not for me. Yes, they have a lot of money. Yes, you're going to be living like a queen, but it's not what you think. Everything is relative to the culture. our concept of one of our guys having money and putting us up is I'm a queen, and our idea of being a queen is different than their idea of being a queen. Okay, I was talking to one of my friends from Morocco. I think I don't know if she has Emirati in her family, and she had an Emirati guy she got caught with, and she was saying like she had to abort her baby because a guy got her pregnant, but he wouldn't marry her, and if she's pregnant without being married, then her brother will kill her. And she's like, but at least in our culture, you know what I mean, we get dowries and stuff. I told her, at least in our culture, we get to keep our babies and stuff. I told her honestly, this is fucked. I told her, you don't understand how fucked up this is. But I have to sneak you to another country to get an abortion. I don't even believe in abortion. Or you're going to get your head cut off. I thought, I don't think you understand how crazy this is.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay?
That is crazy.
So there's different countries. So when I tell you, because like as a Black American woman, I grew up with the freedom to keep my baby. A lot of Black American women, they keep their babies. In these other countries, girls don't keep their babies because there's two things. Number one, they can die for it. Number two, they become less valuable. And yes, in America, guys are saying, oh, you're less valuable if you have kids. But Black America, we care about our kids. We raise our kids. It's not like that everywhere. I'm trying to tell you. So I know guys who got girls pregnant thinking, okay, she's going to keep the kid, obviously, and I can be in the kid's life or not. And she's like, what are you talking about? Kid either born for ransom or born for the trash. It's not the same.
That's so crazy.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's crazy, yo.
When you learn other cultures, I say if you're going to go marry somebody overseas, if you love somebody, marry them. But meet
definitely got to
learn the culture.
Definitely got to learn.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just watching the other day some of those Eastern coastal African countries where you know those Asian men are going over there and sleeping with the women over there, and then killing the babies that of the women that they impregnate, so that they don't have to take care of them. Yeah, I just literally watched that the other day.
You gotta send me the link for that one.
Yeah, I got to do some more research on this one. Now that she said it, it's like I could see it happening. You know, when you first watch it, I think I seen it like on a YouTube little like 3 minutes or something, but I haven't had the time to go and research it. But
that's crazy.
You know, I was just looking at that, like
Melvin. Melvin, actually, I was talking with a Black girl from South Africa. I actually have a lot of fans in South Africa. They was bumping music, and I thought about it, but how is that going to work if I'm out here in the States? So someone's going to have to give. But that was a long time ago.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying that everybody's like this, people are like that, because that's just, labeling. But I'm just saying that we have to meet people. I feel like these days we're so connected online, we feel like we know people. When you meet somebody, meet them. Like in Thailand, like I said, their parents control them. They can be grown adults. If my mom told me to go overseas, marry that guy, and then rob him, I have to do it. There was a girl that was literally like, no, don't marry me. Don't put nothing in my name, because if my mom tells me to take it, I have to do it. The police will enforce it. It is not up to them. So it's just different cultures. And I told my brother, he's like, why are they so evil? I'm like, they're not evil. They just think their good is different than your good.
Agreed. Yeah.
They're good.
Their good is just different than your good. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, they're good.
So in short, passport bros, all that glitter ain't really gold. But which is going to bring us to our next segue. So again, because we hear some of these men talking about, some of the women out here, and they're this and they're that and they're this and they're that, whatever. So just recently, I think the NBA player Joe Smith had found out that his wife had an OnlyFans page, and he, I guess, flipped all the way out. So let me just show you. Let me show you the video. Let's show you the video.
I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page.
So I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad on you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Your partner, you supposed
Jesus. Take the wheel.
Man.
Jesus.
Hey, at the end of that clip, it kind of looked like he was about to smack her, and then the camera he seen the camera. That's kind of what it looked like. Now that I'm watching it from that
Let's watch it one more time. Let's watch it
Yeah,
one more again.
like he was
Let's
about to-
run that
I
back.
can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page.
So I
Disrespectful,
have an
first
OnlyFans
of all.
page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding
But
out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Your partner, you supposed
I think he was about to go Ike Turner upside her head. You know,
I'm just saying, it kind of looked like he was, you know what I mean? And he seen that camera, like,
Turn the cameras off.
now here's a little bit of the backstory behind that. So I've been doing a little bit of research. So NBA Joe Smith marries this woman, right? And I guess apparently, you know, he's living honky dory. Allegedly, he has a side piece. So the side piece, who actually is infatuated with him, who wants him, whatever, is the one who alerted his wife alerted him about his wife having an OnlyFans page.
It's just messy. It's so messy.
It's so messy. And so,
Oh my God.
I mean, so he didn't even sit to try to talk and try to work it out. He didn't want to hear nothing. She said, well, I'm just showing my toes or something. I'm not even showing nothing, even doing anything. And so he leaves the house. But here's the kicker, though. So we find out that, you know, he's married to an ex-porn star, you know? So this is what she does. So I guess in a sense that he married her thinking that she changed her ways and she's not like that anymore, blah, blah, blah. So then again in the video, she says that she only made the OnlyFans page because he wasn't paying attention to her or something. I don't know. It's messy, but it just begs the question. So what would you do? And then we're going to ask everybody on here, if you found out that your woman or your man had a OnlyFans page. Quest go.
Look, man. Let me gather myself. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to say nothing crazy. I'm gonna just say, like, I don't think that she understood the concept of how disrespectful it was, and if she did want to explain it, the way she came off in the beginning was not the right way to do that. Like, especially, he already looked like he was tripping before she started recording. Me personally, I'm tripping. You know what I mean? Like, if we married and I gotta find out from somebody else, I don't care who it is, you know, side piece, I don't got none. But disclaimer, I don't got none. But you know what I'm saying? If one of my
His American Compton girl will whoop that ass.
Yeah, like if one of my homeboys or something call me like, bro, I just seen your chick on OnlyFans. Like, I don't care if it's a toenail, bro. I'm tripping.
I know
like,
that's right.
You ain't tell me.
Period.
Like you don't care enough about me to even consult me and, you know what I mean, let me weigh in on the decision. Not that I'm the governing factor, but it's just common decency. You know what I'm saying? Where my feelings lie in this. If we need the money that bad or whatever the case may be is irrelevant. But also, let this be a lesson to you, young men, that when you go out here and you find somebody in sort of a predicament and situation where they're thriving, and you remove them from that, and then times get hard again, they tend to revert back to where they were comfortable in the beginning.
Period.
That was just a fancy way of saying you can't turn these hoes into housewives.
To a housewife.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing, Joe?
Period.
You know what I'm saying? You married a prostitute and you mad that she doing prostitute things. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't got no money. But why do prostitutes prostitute? They ain't got no money, so they get out there and sell a little cat, sell a little whatever, so they can get some money. Joe, if you run out of money, she gonna go back to how she know how to get money. And it wasn't at Costco, and it wasn't working at Walmart or no corporate office, Joe. You found her selling the cat. You know
let me play advocate real quick. What if she was trying to really help to try to contribute to the house? You know, we talking about this whole 50-50 thing. What if she was trying to put some on the table and she was just selling her toes, you know?
She was putting the wrong stuff on the table, sir.
I watched the whole video. She said, I'm working all these jobs and it's not enough. And now I need to do what I gotta do. Like he said, people do what they do. I don't think people understand that. That's why for me, I even said I changed all my standards for the guy that I'm gonna date. I need a guy who's just as pure as me. Because I realized people do think, why are we seeing all this cheating in marriages? Because you're running around before marriage, you don't change.
Right.
People don't change.
You grow and you evolve. There's a such thing as changing. You have to want to change within yourself. It all starts within self.
It's true. But then when things
so we're not speaking no negativity over here.
No. I'm just saying that people revert back to who they were. When things get hard,
they're comfortable with. Yes.
You know, when I ask a lot of people, like, why do you cheat? They say, well, my partner, I didn't feel love in my relationship. I didn't feel this. And I'm like, but how does that justify cheating? They revert back to who they, when they don't feel this or that anymore. She said in the video, because I watched more of the video on YouTube. She was upstairs in the room, they were yelling, and she said, I'm working all these jobs. It's not enough money, so I have to do what I have to do. In her mind, that's what she had to do. In my mind, I've been homeless on the street before in my lifetime. I've taken care of my entire family in my lifetime. Instead of being a prostitute, because that's what I grew up around, I turned and did crypto and made $1 million. Because my dad said straight up, you guys were raised with the level of understanding and this and that, and we know what to do. And our field doesn't include that. Prostitution could never happen. I would die starving before I became a prostitute. Everybody doesn't have that mindset. And it's not, like I said, was she wrong? Yes. But that's who she is. All right, I'm just being honest.
Are you sure you would starve and die first, though? Like, just a tad bit of coochie on discount, like just to get something to eat.
No. But here's the thing, though. Playing advocate before we get to Tisha. Playing advocate.
With you. I'm sorry.
No. So playing advocate before we get to Tisha. The thing is that these men out here are so desperate and so corny that they will pay money to see a woman just pretty much just sit there and just look. If she's probably picking her nose, picking boogers, these dudes are paying money for it. It's because she is placating to men with certain fetishes. So she's on here, I guess showing her toes or probably painting her toes, whatever she's doing. Well, Melvin loved toes. There you go. And men are paying for this and she's getting dollars. There's the hustler in me is like, hey, get your money. You know what I'm saying? If you only showing toes, get your money. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't showing no boobies, no ass, no juice box, get your money.
Well, I mean, that's the hustler in you. I don't think the problem is that she's doing the OnlyFans. I don't think most of us really care about that. Like that's not my concern. You know what I mean? I care less if you're OnlyFans or not.
Somebody else. That's what that was.
The fact that you married and you didn't consult your husband before you had a secret account, and then your husband has to hear it from the streets. That's the worst way for your husband to get news is from outside people. Yeah, that's.
But wait, guys, hold up. Are we? Because I feel like OnlyFans is too normalized these days. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all a story.
It's an oversaturated market.
But prostitution is normal.
No, not oversaturated. It's too normalized, as in, like, it's like, okay, OnlyFans. Yeah, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you a story. Just the other night, I went on a date with a guy. The date was
on. You end up on OnlyFans?
Listen to me. It's worse.
Sorry, I was trying to
I'm sorry. I think I told Third the other day. Literally, I don't go out on dates. Literally, this year, I had to make a New Year's resolution to go out on dates. And I said to my sister, this is why I don't go out on dates. I went on a date with a guy. Cool. We went bowling. We played games. Kind of a nerdy guy. So I was thinking this guy has to be, kind of pure. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking for a pure guy. I'm not in the mood for all this anymore.
Good luck with that,
honey. Good luck is an understatement. I need grace. I was sitting down at this table with this
I'm going to keep you in my prayers, girl.
Jesus Christ. I was sitting down. He's like low-key like bragging about like how good he is in bed. And I'm just thinking like, I mean, okay, I'm sorry. I never done anything before. So I'm just kind of like, okay, can we, like, that's wild. Like, first, like, what are you talking about? Then this man goes, yeah, for a while I had an OnlyFans. And I'm just like, I almost threw up my food. Like, I swear I almost, and he's like talking about it. And I kind of like shut the conversation down. Like, that's messed up. Like, hopefully he, never say that again. And he's like still talking, like bragging, as if like that's gonna make me like, oh my God, this guy. It's like,
did he show you on his phone?
I swear he did. Out of Brooklyn.
He didn't pull up no highlight reel. Like,
out of Brooklyn.
I would think if you had an OnlyFans, you would have like a highlight mixtape for marketing.
He was getting the idea. Because, listen, I'm not the type. Okay, I was just like,
hey,
like,
check out my work.
Just like, yeah, because like I'm just like, I'm like really, and I'm just like, and I try to be polite with people. So I ate my food, I got out of there. I texted them the next day, like, hey, I don't think we're gonna be compatible. Because he's talking about trying to like set up a next date before the date was over. And I'm just thinking, like, is he on drugs? Like, am I crazy?
He was trying to obtain some, some other activities. That's what he was trying to do. He was letting it be known. So again, ladies, because I want to get Tisha's 3 cents. But ladies, if a guy is again on your first dates, we talking about the do's and don'ts on the first date. Thanks to this stupid cheesecake lady. But if a guy is leading out with sex immediately on the first thing, then he is obviously not there to get to know you. He is not there to try to build a relationship with you. He is just trying to see what you be like in bed. And he's just trying to, he's throwing out little subtle hints, giving you some bait to see if you're gonna bite, you know what I'm saying, and seeing if you about that life and you're not about that life. Tisha, what are your 3 cents? Because you've been quiet over here.
I'm taking it all in. Now, the first question was, how would I take it if I found out that my significant other had OnlyFans? I probably can't tell you what I do on here because it'll be like it can be used against me in court of law.
Man.
I know how my mind goes. Yeah, so some people think I'm real nice, but if I get pushed, cops get called. Like, it gets ugly. It has happened. It gets ugly. So that is something that it would not go over easy with me. That's the issue I have with her video. She's a grown woman. You can do whatever you want, but when you're married, there's certain things that you need to discuss with your husband or your wife. I'm not sure, because I've never been married, but I'm not sure if you need their permission per se. But if I told him that this is what I wanted to do and he's like, I don't feel comfortable with it, I know myself. It's a done deal. I'm not doing it. That's how I am. Out of respect for him, I'm not going to disrespect you and do it. But that's where I think she went wrong. I mean, like you said, if you showing toes and you ain't trying to get Jerry B's or whatever else you trying to do on there, that's fine. But it's discussing it with your significant other. He should not find it out in the streets. That because my mind would be like, well, damn, how many other people done seen you? What I see, you showing what I'm only supposed to see to everybody. Like, how many else done seen it? And now you got me out here looking in the streets looking stupid. Yeah.
Well, so the thing is too, like, so the plain advocate is digging further into it. Like, so my thing is, what is he? Are they really that hard pressed for money? Where she's saying that she had to work all these jobs, and is it because she doesn't like clocking in, or she doesn't do that? So what is he doing for work? What are they doing? And I have a million and one questions.
Normal life, sir. It sucks to have to live a normal life when you were just with a millionaire basketball
Exactly.
player. You're living a normal life now.
Right.
You're down here with the rest of humanity, and she's like, "Ew, icky, broke people. I can't be around this. Let me sell some twat and get my money up." Cause I mean, in all reality,
that word.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's a white people term. I don't think us Negroes use that term like
whatever. What I'm saying is that, like, the ultimate was like, it would have been different if he was recording it, like the whole scenario.
Yeah, team effort.
But the fact that she recorded it mid-conversation to draw attention to it, because all she did was make some thirsty Negroes go check it out. Like,
that's probably what she did.
Let me go see what's on her OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? And let me get we're talking about it now. Like, nobody would have ever knew but her him and the homie that watched her 17 times before he told.
That's it.
So
Period.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta factor that in too. Cause for your homie come tell you, he gonna watch a couple times. Like,
listen,
okay, let me see what you working with, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, she busting it wide open, pimp.
Hey,
like,
Joe, man, your wife got some pretty succulent toes, man. I'm pretty sure you put some hot sauce on them bad boys. You eat them with jelly?
See, my people better not come at me like that either, because they gonna get punched. Like, I don't want to hear none of that.
These are the realities, though, right? Like,
it.
you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure whoever the person was watched it a couple times before they told, because you know what I mean? That's just the reality of the situation.
Melvin said, "Not much. I want my money back."
Yeah, but all she did was draw attention to it. So she probably making a killing right now. She probably, and he done moved out the house and went to go stay with his sister and wherever the hell he at, as she put it.
There's some dude sliding in her DMs right now, like, hey, what he won't do, I will suck them toes, bro.
Right.
You know?
I hold the camera. You need a cameraman and all that.
Let's get this money. Now, see,
I will say this though.
She just ran up a bag, boy. It's the Kim K trickeration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I blame Ray J. You're right. Let's blame Ray J.
Sex tape and act surprised when everybody pays all this money to get the sex tape, and now all of a sudden I'm selling snakes to the WNBA. You know what I mean? Like, let's cut it out here. Like, prostitution has come up with a model on how to become wealthy using the cat to put you in financial blessing situations to where you can pursue something more attainable, and people will forget that you was the hoe 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're a prestigious businesswoman. You at the White House. You at the WNBA. And, you know, 20 years later, most of these people don't remember that you got famous for being in a goddamn sex tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we just gonna ignore that part.
I gave you a charger. I gave you the black one.
I'm just saying, hoes is winning.
Right. So, you know, in all seriousness, you know, saying like, so in all seriousness, I think, you know, when you are married, yes, you have to be open and honest with your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Because now your body is, you know, now this it not necessarily belongs, but it belongs to your husband or your wife. You know what I'm saying? So again, like for me personally, I wouldn't want my girl out there showing what I see at home. I wouldn't want another man sitting up there sabotating or lusting over what I got. It's one thing for, you know, a man to be jealous or to be envious, but to sit there and actually see what I got at home, I don't know about that. There's certain things that you got to kind of keep private and within yourself, and you shouldn't be exposing. And I think that's one of them. But, you know, just to be fair, though, you know what I'm saying, she was doing the toe thing. So I think maybe he would have been a lot more cool with it had she would have been open and honest and just like, look, I'm going to do this just to get some extra money because I'm working at Wendy's or Dairy Queen and, you know, it's not really, you know, doing. I'm going to go back to what I know. And that's, you know, placating to. That's the whole point and purpose of strip clubs. You know, you get these women who play into dudes who they ain't got no game. They ain't got no type of swag about them, so they have to resort to, you know, to paying a woman to fulfill a fantasy to get them to like them because they're just not appeasing.
But I feel like as a culture, as anything, we gotta bring some morals back because, again, these morals come from before you're married. They just got married in 2018, but these morals come from your single life. These are morals that should not really be. I know guys who have girls who do OnlyFans and they're okay with it. And it's not a real relationship. It doesn't really work. I mean, look, this guy, he married a prostitute or whatever she was before, a porn star. He got a side chick. They're both just, for lack of a better word, in the streets. And I always say relationships in the streets never work. People who are decent can marry each other, but people in the streets can't really be in real relationships. They'll be divorced soon, and they just got married. They just got married in 2018, and they're probably getting divorced like tomorrow. He already been cheating, so they probably should have been divorced. It's just he probably been cheating the whole time. She probably been cheating the whole time. It's just not a relationship. It's not a real relationship. And I feel like as a community, we're okaying all these low morality things as if it's like, it's okay, but it's really not okay. Like having an OnlyFans altogether, whether you're selling toes, hair, boots, shoes, the whole concept of OnlyFans is just not something that you should be doing. If you understand what I mean, you don't have to tell me what you're selling. Just tell me you have an OnlyFans. I'm out. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell me what's being sold on the OnlyFans. Just say OnlyFans. It should not be normal. It shouldn't be okay. Even if he's okay with it, it shouldn't be okay. Like,
but that's where this is where we're at now. Is again, we're coming into a society, or more so into a culture. It's becoming like a vibe for people to want to become famous for essentially not having talent. So they're pretty much using whatever they have by any means to try to get some notoriety and try to get some fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to sit up there and actually put in work. They want to become an overnight success. So they're looking at the Kim Kardashians and the basketball wives and all this other things. And they're thinking like, dang, I could become famous without essentially doing nothing. All I got to do is just look good, talk sexy, and then boom, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting some dollars. You know what I'm saying? Nobody actually, when you marry, nobody's trying to look into actually put in the work and what it means to be married. They're too concerned about the marriage date, you know what I'm saying, about the marriage event, without actually putting in work for the marriage. You know what I'm saying? And you're essentially, if you're not building on a strong foundation, then you're going to fail. Period, point blank. And I think in any relationship, especially within marriage, you have to be open and honest. So she would have came to him like, hey, I'm just gonna show my toes. Let's get these suckers. You know what I'm saying? If he was a go-getter, he would like show them toes. You know what I'm saying?
If he was a go-getter, he'd be behind the camera taking the pictures. Make sure
you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let me invest some money into getting some professional professional production behind it. Let's really go all out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she would have been honest, but I think how she found out, how he found out was more so the letdown. But on top of that, I think she had to find out. Now, we don't know. This is alleged, that he has a side piece. But again, it could be a thing where the woman just actually wanted, maybe she sees something in him that she wants, that that this woman over here is lacking, and she's like, yo, I can do better. And she threw a monkey wrench into that whole situation. And now, boom, now, it caused a whole rift between their marriage. If it was, and it just, to me, it goes to show, I don't think it was necessarily built on a strong foundation, period. Again, he's a ball player. She's a porn star. I think she wanted to be used to a certain lifestyle. So, she thought like, hey, let me get with this cat right here. And let me get the, and it just, all that glitters wasn't gold. So now he's looking to become a passport bro.
Now he's about to be a passport bro.
You know what I say though? I say people have to start marrying character and stop marrying money, looks, this, that. Marry character, because character doesn't change. Money goes away, looks fade away. I mean, she's looking old. She's probably an ex-porn star, but I'm just saying, money
she
goes
got a lot
away,
of mileage on that cookie.
Away. Everything, the whole 9 yards. I mean, he already got a side chick over there because let's just be honest, he married a porn star. He married for the look, for the sex appeal. That's what he married her for. So that's gonna go, and that's gonna be sold to other men because that's what she's in for. She married him for the money. His money gone. She's back to the streets. Right. He doesn't have character. We know that because he married a porn star. She doesn't have character. We know
he married her for what he thought he was gonna get when he watched the porn videos. That's what he married her for.
And he found out.
And now Ish got real. Ish got really real.
He found out that those porn videos aren't just for him, and she found out that money goes quick. Basketball players lose their money fast. So
I guess they both effed around and found out.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, they do.
Exactly.
Do you guys have anything else you guys want to add before we move on to the next?
I was just going to say that she should have just told him anyway. If he had already accepted her past and married her, what's the toes?
True.
That's nothing.
Toes. Yeah. My thing is, the bigger thing for me being the nerd that I am is dudes actually pay to watch women's toes, or what is the fetish? No offense, I'm attacking Melvin right now.
Melvin.
I'm attacking Melvin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ain't nobody give a damn about Melvin, man.
I'm sorry, Melvin. I'm sorry.
Benicia, you trying to sell some toe pictures? they going for the, you know what I'm saying? It's booming out here.
What's the rate of toe pictures?
OnlyFans. You got them light skinned corn dog looking toes, man. You go ahead and throw them up there. We can get this money, man. Sorry,
Get this money.
to the queen. Shit. Yeah, nah, they don't want to see my toes. Shit, I got
Hammer time.
You never know. People have all different kinds of weird.
They got all types of fetishes, man.
That's why they're called fetishes, because they're out of the norm. They're kind of out there.
We gonna see. I'm gonna let y'all know by the end of the weekend how much money I done made.
Oh no,
or not.
Hey, so speaking of marriage, this will be the last topic. We're gonna be wrapping it up soon. We're over a little bit over time. You know, I think we spent a lot of time on the passport bros, and I was kind of like lost and bewildered. Like, what the hell is this? Is really a thing? And I told you, but like I told you in a post, like someone said, "Hey, you got a passport?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, you a passport bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, passport bro." And someone actually had to tell me what it was. I'm like, nah.
I didn't trick you into some bullshit.
Right. But speaking of this woman in her marriage, and again, she made the whole point of, well, I guess what Adoration was saying was that, you know, she's pretty much saying that she's working all these jobs, she's not making enough money, so she resorted to going back to what she knew, and that was, you know, going semi-prostitution in a sense. So my thing is, there was another clip that was going around where there was a debate about the role of a man in a relationship. And pretty much it was a whole thing about this one rich guy was talking to this average guy, and they were pretty much debating. The rich guy saying, no, you have to pay for 100% of everything. And the guy's like, well, why are you trying to tell me what to do with mine? And you're sitting comfortably. Let me just, I'll play the clip.
I'm going 50-50 with my woman. And you talking about, oh, I'm not a man if I'm going 50-50 with my woman. It's hard, brother. You sitting up here, your nice house, your nice jewelry, nice cars. Oh yeah, man, you gotta do 100%. How? How, brother? If I'm making $14 an hour, what you expect?
So, do you want to hear the guy's response before we start? We lost.
Yeah,
Letitia.
yeah. I think you got to play both sides to put it in context. Because
Letitia said, "F this. I'm putting down my salad, my leaves, and my grass. I'm about to go show these toes." She probably inboxing Melvin right now, like, "Hey Melvin, you want to take these pictures of these toes? Yo, you put these toes in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be making a few dollars. We gonna be the Ray right and now. Kim Kardashian of toe industry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm telling you."
No, I think you got to play the second part of that.
I will play the response. Hold on. Here goes the response to it. And again, these are just clips because, you know, we be here forever, you know, with these debates.
Yeah, it was a long conversation.
She didn't choose you to struggle.
But again, who are you to say that?
Brother, a brother that loves you. And again, I'm trying to give you the cheat code. If you put yourself in a position, right, you work. If you have to get two jobs, you grind, allow your woman to do what she does in the home. If you have a business idea, you have her nurture that, hey, baby, it's going to be a little hard for the next 2 years. But if we move like this, we're going to be good. You keep saying, who am I to tell you this? A man that's been in your position. A man that has risen above your circumstances. And I'm coming back down to say, this is what you do. You're not a man until you move like this. Most males will die, never experience what it feels to be a man and to be completely respected by his women and children because he didn't step into that true king place. Brother, it's hard. I understand. So
again, it's just a clip. But you get the gist of what he's saying. And on the flip side, you know, and this is just my 3 cents, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as men, we're supposed to rise to the occasion. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to go hard, and we're supposed to, you know, do what it means to be an actual male. But the thing about it is, in today's society, and again, it's something that me and my lady, we get into huge debates about this because she has her old school traditions about it. And then I have my more so, I guess, I hate to use the word modern, but I guess you have to use the term modern. I have my modern terms about it. Like, I'm not necessarily, you know, against, you know, providing and doing everything, but I know that it comes with a cost. And I can understand why some people ask for a 50-50 or why they look for a 50-50. Because again, in Adoration, you know, we're living here in the States, especially right here in California. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, things are sky high. Gas is high, peanut butter is high, eggs is high, you know what I'm saying? Living is high. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if you're looking in a realistic sense of it, if you're out there, I can go out literally and pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to come at the cost of me working 2 or maybe 3 jobs. So then you run the risk of me, yes, I'm a provider, but, you know, I'm not going to be there to essentially help raise the children, or to help. You're not going to get to see me when you want this attention. So again, when we're talking about how it relates to the basketball player and the porn star, is that, you know, when you're feeling like you're not getting your special attention, you know, saying you're going to go seek attention elsewhere, possibly. And that's just where we're running into. But the thing is, where I don't understand with some of these women, and again, and no disrespect to, you know, anybody, but there's a lot of women out here with a broke mentality. So again, if you're talking like you're broke, well, I can't do that, I can't do this, and I'm looking for a guy to take care of me, you're not understanding what it comes at, and it comes with a cost. And again, you're looking at the idealism of it. You're looking at the romanticized version of it, but there's a reality that comes with it that I don't even think that a lot of these women are willing to withstand. You know, they'll talk like they're cool with it because they want to be taken care of. But again, if you put that all up on a man's back, again, we talk about black mental health and this and all this other stuff, but you're not necessarily understanding what it means to actually converse with this black man and understand what he's going through. He can put all this on his back, but it means it's going to come at a cost. So are you willing to go with that cost? And I just think that some women just live in this fantasy world about the old traditional values of this and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But here we are coming into a new era where, again, we have a lot of men who are raised by single mothers. So we know how to maintain a household, how to cook, how to clean, how to iron, how to do all this stuff. So what are you essentially bringing to the table? And I'm not necessarily saying about financial, but what are you bringing to the table that I can't pretty much go find from the next woman? Because we have women who are like Tisha, who are Adoration, who are business women. And, you know, saying like, you know, we have women who like D, who are entrepreneurs, and D has a child. We have women who have children and who have done it all. So what is stopping a woman from actually doing something substantial within herself? And if we're looking at it, we're looking at people like Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. We had a lot of people criticizing Gabrielle Union, talking about, why is she paying 50 or half of the bills? But again, if we're talking about marriage, when you marry, you become one. So if she has an income and he has an income, they're combining their incomes to become millionaires or billionaires, and they're owning businesses and they're living comfortably. It's no longer his money or her money, it's our money. And we're putting it together for a house or to build a foundation for our children. I don't understand why some of these women aren't really understanding that. They just want to, again, live the life of somebody taking care of them. They want to sit there and just be pretty, or I guess homemade, I guess whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But what are your guys' 3 cents on that?
I'm gonna let the ladies go first.
Ladies,
you wanna go first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I don't know. Honestly, my take on the situation, I did listen to the entire thing a couple times because I thought it was kind of funny and also uncomfortable on both sides. I think the poor guy was a little offended. Oh, the poor guy was a little offended that cutie, little offended that he was calling him not a man. And I think the rich guy was just trying to give him game. Now, my outtake on the situation of money as a response to what Third was saying, I actually see things because they got to a point of the conversation where he said, does your wife respect you? And he was like, yes, my wife respects me. He's like, does she cook for you? Yes, she cooks for me. Does she clean for you? Yes, she cleans for me. He said, you see how that's not fair? You see how she takes care of the kids, cooks, cleans. This leads to a lot of divorces. This one divorce lawyer said, even though a lot of ladies do get cheated on, obviously, in their marriage, he said the number one reason for divorces is the inequality in the house, because he's working a job, she's working a job, but then usually she's also doing everything else. And they call it, ladies are calling it now, being a single parent, being a single mother while married.
While you're married.
Exactly. And a lot of times, one of the biggest problems that I hear with 50-50 when I hear people talk about it is that a lot of ladies are like, we're only 50-50 when it comes to money. We're not 50-50 when it comes to anything else. So basically, the guys are saying it's so hard, but the ladies are doing your hard plus this hard plus that hard plus that hard. And being a new mom especially is a 24/7 job. I have 2 sisters that just had babies. They sleep 2 hours a day maximum. Max.
Damn.
That's the max. And they're stay-at-home mothers. But we're businesswomen, so for us, it's like, this is crazy. So they don't have time to even, my sister had to fall out of her master's. She just got back into her master's. And that's just to have the baby. So ladies, our job is already built into our bodies. Period is every month. That shuts you down. Baby, having a baby, that whole thing, that happens. So it's already built in. Plus we're already weaker physically because our bodies are just made different. So it's almost like with the single mothers, and this is why I never had a single mother. I had both parents in the household. I had the whole 9 yards. But I don't like when people talk bad about single mothers in particular, because you're saying the person, first of all, who decided to stay, because just as much as a guy could walk away, you could actually walk away from your kids. It's actually not illegal to drop your kids off at the shelter and drive away.
Very
it's
true.
Not illegal. So you could do that. I tell this guy, he's like, I said, actually, women could do that, but they don't. And men, plenty of men. I know men who are single fathers as well. People could do that, but they don't. It's actually not illegal for a woman to just walk away just as much as a man, but they don't. And they're doing the bills, the money, the whole thing that you're calling hard over here. They're doing that plus everything out. So I don't really lean so much to the side where I'm saying like, okay, it's not fair that I have to make all the money. And I do understand the pressure, because I'll be honest, when my family went broke, my dad was very sick. My mom had 9 kids. My parents have 9 kids. I made the money for the family. Damn. And that's when I became a millionaire, because I had to do what that guy, that rich guy on the couch. I understand, because what that rich guy on the couch said to him, he said, get up and work. That's what I had to do. And I realized that there's no amount of jobs that I could get or my sisters could get that could provide for our family. So I had to become a millionaire, and I did that. So you can do it if you want to. Okay, that's the truth. You can. There are people becoming millionaires every day. It is not easy. Okay, it takes work. It takes vision. I had my ex, when I started dating him, he was broke. He was kind of young, and he didn't really know his way around. I know my way around because I had to do it when I was his age. He's a little younger than me. So I gave him the steps, and he was diligent, not quite lazy, and he became quite rich quite very quick. I mean, I think it took him like 4 months to go from zero to like, he's doing very well now here in Dubai. It does take work. And people came to me and said, oh, can you do that for me? I told them honestly, you're too lazy. I told my friend honestly. One of my friends came to me. He asked me what you did for your ex. He's going so good. I saw him on billboards. He's a model now. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's like, he's going so well. Can you do it for me? I told him, honestly, I have to see your work ethic. I told him, because the reason why I could do that for him, the reason why I knew I could date him, first of all, is because he had the work ethic. I don't date people who have work ethic. First date, I want to hear what kind of work ethic you have. If you're telling me someone who's going to match your fly. If I got this job and I had this job for this long, I just know we're not going to be compatible. And I know that because my sisters dated guys who were more, and every time we were talking about business, it irritated them because they're not on that same thing. So they had to marry businessmen because we're not the same kind of people. So I understand what both guys are saying. One guy doesn't want to be called not a man. I mean, he is a man. A man is a man. My brother said this. He said, we always say this guy's not a man. He said, no, they're all men. Some men are bad men. Some men are lazy men. Some men are good men. Some men are not lazy men. They're all men. He's a man. And he's a man. The rich guy was trying to put him on game. And it's a hard conversation.
That's what he was trying to do.
And the same conversation my daddy had with me that put me on game, that turned me into a millionaire when I did. And I know I can get up and do it again, because I know it just takes effort, it takes focus, and it takes not being afraid, and it takes not being lazy. So I'm partial.
Yeah. I know. I see both sides of the spectrum. Tisha, where your 3 cents?
Yeah, because when I talked about it this week, when I was watching it, I was like so conflicted. I couldn't pick a side. I couldn't, because I saw points over here and I saw points over here. The only issue I have is you can give the same message to people, but you can't deliver it the same way. Maybe he was getting offended because like, you're not a man, you're not this, you're not that. Some people need that harshness, that tough love, and some people will not receive it because of the way that you're saying it. So you really need to know the person that you're delivering that message to, so you know how to deliver that message. I know when I worked with, I mean, it could be with anything. Like when I worked with children with autism, some of my kids I had to be a little bit more firm with, and some of them I couldn't be. You know, some friends that I have, I can be as blunt as I normally am, and some of them I'm still going to give you the truth, but I kind of have to tone it down a little bit for you to receive it. So that's where I think the problem was, because like you calling me not a man, you think my wife doesn't respect me, like you're throwing all this negativity roughly, and just because he's making 14 plus an hour doesn't mean that his wife doesn't respect him. That doesn't mean any of that. You know, you're just on the outside looking in, and just roughly coming at him. That's where my issue is. And then I don't know if they knew each other for a while or not, but like, oh, you need to try harder. You need to try this. Like, unless you know him personally, how do you know he's not out there trying? All that speculating on the outside, and then the way you're delivering, you're not, you know, you're trying to throw game at him. You're trying to help him out, but it's having a negative reaction. And if you're a motivator, if you're someone who is like I did life coaching. If you're doing life coaching, you're doing this, and you're noticing that it's not being received the way you're giving it, it's time to switch how you say it. Yeah. You know, and figure out how to reach him so that way he understands. Because at that point, his brain was turned off. You're not going to sit here not call me, I'm not a man, I'm not this, I'm not that. I can hear this from my wife at home if that was the type of person she was. You know, I hear this all the time because people don't think that I'm trying hard, but I'm trying hard. And now this strange person or this person's in my face telling me the same thing. Ear turned off. He's not receiving it anymore. Now he's in defense mode instead of receiving it. And that's where I had the issue. I had the issue with, because now he felt he had to defend himself.
Right.
And it didn't have to go there.
Yeah.
Quiz, please drop your 3 cents.
Well, I agree wholeheartedly with Tisha, but I did want to backtrack and talk a little bit about what Miss Simmons was saying too, because when it comes to that 50-50 kind of thing, I think a lot of men don't take that into consideration. Like, okay, if we going to work and then you want your wife to work, you have to lighten that load after work.
Yeah.
The load after work can't be just as heavy as before she was working. Like you may not be the best cook in the world, but I mean, you can throw a pot of spaghetti together, or you can make some ramen, or you know what I mean? Like you got to lighten the load somewhere. Like for us, not to let y'all all in my damn business, but you know what I mean? I do most of the cooking, you know what I'm saying, at home. And it's understood, but what I hate to do is fold clothes. So I'm gonna save you this little basket of clothes, but you're gonna eat good when you get down folding. You know? But it's a team effort, like, you know what I'm saying? We get up in the morning, get the kids together, like, you
hit the key word, team.
Huh?
Yes.
Team.
You hit the key word, team.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a team.
That's really what it's about. Like, we get up in the morning, okay, you put them in the tub, I'm gonna go pack they snacks for the school. I'm gonna make her some breakfast. I'm gonna make my coffee. Bam, come back, help get dressed. We all doing something. It's not I'm sitting on the couch like Al Bundy, and the house is going to shit, and I'm like, well, you're a woman, get them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's not how that goes. So I did want to touch on that because that's very important. A lot of men don't understand that. Like, well, I've been to work all day. Well, so is she, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go 50-50, it carries through everything. Like, you got a 50-50 all the way. Like, not 50-50 when it's convenient to pay these bills. And then when you want to go back to these male-female gender roles, like, well, I don't wash no dishes and I don't cook. So you got to do that too. And help the kids with their homework. And, when it's time to go to bed, I'll meet you there. Like, bro, what is that? So I did want to touch on that. And then to what Tisha was saying, his delivery was wrong all the way.
Yeah. That's how my dad talked. It was rough.
Yeah,
it was rough.
Yeah, I don't know if they really knew each other. Like, it looked kind of like a setup scenario. Like, hey, we're gonna give you a chance to speak to a millionaire, and then hey, we want you to talk to this young brother who's trying to be a millionaire, and they just kind of threw him out there with no context. And because that's what it seemed like. You know, it's like you didn't give them any background on this man, and you just kind of berated him with information, and you kind of judged him from the gate. And of course, he became defensive, and like Tisha said, he couldn't receive your message now if he wanted to. And you were giving him a good game, but the emotional intelligence part of you has to remind you that, hey, okay, not everybody's where I'm at, And maybe the way I'm portraying this message, though it may be right, it may not be the right way to pass this message. And you know, in our business, we break it down into, it's called the colors training. So, you know, a person that's red is, you know, very high energy, no excuses, no nonsense type of person. A yellow person is more of an empathetic, works directly off their feelings, let's save the puppies type individual. A green person is somebody who wants to know all the information before they make a move. And then the blue person is the turn up. Like, let's hit the club. I want to do it just so I could turn up and be in the designer and do all this. So in taking that training, you have to learn to deal with those different kinds of personalities. And what it sounded like was like he was talking to an unwealthy red person. Because that man seemed like he was still no nonsense, even though he's making $14 an hour. But you're not going to sit up here and belittle me in front of the world and act like I'm not doing enough. And just because my situation is not where yours is right now, bro, I'm still doing what the hell I need to do until my situation gets better. And I kind of felt bad for bro, because it was like, sir, you're telling this man that you were there before, but you're not acting like you were there before. Now you've reached this level, and now you're bestowing judgment on this man. And you just need to work harder then. And bro, who told you that when you were struggling? Because we all didn't start off with the bag. You know what I'm saying? So what if I would have came and crushed your little dreams when you was 14 or 15 or before you figured it out and said, little nigga, you ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never make it because your parents don't respect you.
But that's
your
the thing,
like gonna fail you. Like what kind of motivation is that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's my problem with some of these women who listen to the Steve Harveys that think like, well, you gotta provide and you gotta do. Okay, bro, but you're sitting you have $1 million. You have more than $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You can do that and live comfortably. What about the average person who don't have $1 million like you? They have to work and get it. There's going to come some sacrifice and some hardships. You know what I'm saying? And then, but at the same time on the flip, from the dude, like, yo, you definitely going to have to put in some work. If you want to go obtain certain things and certain statuses, then yes, you're going to have to put in the work. Like Adoration was saying, you can't have a lazy mentality thinking that you're going to be a millionaire off of just sitting on your ass or just working off the Burger King. It's cool, work at the Burger King, but you'll work to at least become a general manager. But then once you become a general manager, work to try to own your own Burger King, so therefore you can hire folks. And you can live comfortably.
But see, that's the messed up part is that we don't know that that's how he feels. We didn't get a chance.
Right, and that's the thing too. Yeah,
exactly.
We don't know what he's doing outside of
what he feels. He might not even want to be there in the next.
That's the fucked up part.
Right.
Yeah, he might. This might be a stepping stone into something else that he wants to do outside of the fast food industry. But he just being beat up. Like, and what's so bad is if somebody else comes to him with the same message, but a little bit more mild, he might automatically turn it off because he was beat down so bad on that first one. He not going to want to even hear
trigger
it
words.
Time.
Yeah, you might
trigger words.
Yeah.
And then, like in the beginning, when you were speaking about the power of life and death is in the tongue, so you just spoke all this negativity on this man. The power of life and death is definitely in the tongue. And you're yelling at him and you're giving him all this negativity. So now this person can probably go home and be like, you know what, F it, I don't want to do this no more. Somebody on the outside doesn't see, don't know nothing about me, telling me I'm not trying hard enough or whatever. You know what, just forget it. I ain't going to try no more. You just killed that whole man's spirit on how you deliver that message. You be careful how we talk to him.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just going to say, like, the problem with a lot of people in business and trying to coach people is it duplicatable? Like, is what you're doing duplicatable? Like, if you can explain to me how you did what you did to get to where you at, and it makes sense, then I should be able to do it. You just yelling at me is not duplicatable. I can't go to the next person and yell at them like you just yelled at me. And then make them get up and be a millionaire just like you were, and then somehow that works and trickles down the system. You have to come with something that's duplicatable. You have to be able to purvey that message to where, as you share it, people can share it in the same with the same sort of intensity, but better tact. You know what I'm saying? With better verbiage and knowledge and passing that message down. And that wasn't a duplicatable scenario. I would never do that to somebody that I one didn't know, and two, without knowing their personality type and how they learn. That's a very iffy thing. Like, now I have people on my team where I can call them up like, "Hey, bro, what the fuck you doing? You're not working. Like, get your ass together. Like, come on, I know you bullshitting. Like, let's go." But there's other people on my, like Denisha, I can't talk to her like that. I talk to her like that. We get at odds because you know what I mean? Listen to her in the background. You better not talk to me. Shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth.
No, and I think the thing that I would say too is like, while there are people like the negativity, like never speak to somebody like that. I'm always curious, but I also taught my younger brothers and sisters to be able to take negativity and translate it into positivity, because we get negativity thrown at us every day and we have to learn how to translate it. I think one night I came and found the guy who I was dating before crying in the stairwell because his dad then called him and blew him out the water. You know, he was still living with parents and stuff like that because, you know, in Dubai, you can't really get a job, especially at his age. It was too hard. So, you know what I mean? I just sat with him for a while, let him cry, and then kind of went through his little better. I explained to him, like, I told him, me as well, I told him I had a dad too, and dad, they be rough, especially when you start getting older, because they're trying to teach you what life is going to bring you. And I told him, you have to be able to take this negativity that you just got, filter it out, and use it for the better. Use it for your fuel. I told him, take this negativity that you received, and I want you to show your dad, look what you can do. I told him, because he's on about this and that you couldn't do, but there's something that you can do. And all that, you know, draining that outside positivity. I talk about putting on rose-colored glasses all the time. Sometimes you just got to look at something in a better light, drain out the negativity, because sometimes there's something in there that could actually help you.
It's very true. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just straight up just put down. You know what I'm saying? Constructive criticism is meant to help elevate. And then, you know, downing somebody is just meant to just really just degrade you.
Right. So sometimes
that's why I think
Right.
I think that to me, it looked like he wasn't even trying to help him. It was almost like, okay, we're going to create this atmosphere, like this podcast or whatever. You know, I only want to get it up there, because if he was really paying attention to old boy, you would know off that the message you're giving, he's not receiving. The body language, the facial expressions, everything showed him that maybe I need to change up how I'm talking to him, because he's not receiving it. But no, he was just focused on just driving and driving what he wanted to say out. So it made it seem to me like you could care less about who you talking to. You doing this so you can get this recorded, blasted out there. You can have people like us talking about it.
Right. Well, let's just be a lesson to you that everybody that's in the lead is not a leader. You know,
exactly.
That's what that showed me. Yeah. Everybody that's in the lead is not a leader. And you shouldn't just be following people because they're in the front.
Exactly.
So, you know what? And we will leave it on that note. You know, we ran a little bit over, but again, things happen when things are flowing and moving in a positive direction as opposed to negativity. So, Quest, can you drop that bar one more time, brother?
The bar was, everybody in the lead is not a leader. You know, be careful what you follow.
And I'm gonna sit my team on that.
Period.
Because they in the front don't mean that they the right person to lead the team. That's not how it always works.
All right, y'all. Well, with that being said, we're gonna close it on out. Hold on one sec. I'm just muting everybody real quick. I'm hearing the crackle. Somebody was crackling bad. I hope it wasn't me, but it's not me now. So again, my closing remarks are, with everything, again, the power of the tongue. You're going to have to speak positivity over your life. Speak life over everything. Stop speaking death over your situations. Things may get hard. Situations may arise, but, just know that there's a greater outcome if you speak and you start thinking differently. You have to change the way that you think. Another thing is open communication, open honesty. You know what I'm saying? If you're hurt, talk to your wife. That's what your wife is supposed to be. But also make sure that you're choosing right, man. Make sure you're choosing a partner who actually has your back. again, and just like Quez hit on wholeheartedly, a relationship and a marriage is teamwork. You know, just to rely on one person, like it's not right for me to sit here and to rely on my wife to sit here and to cook, clean, and do all this, knowing that I'm fully capable of doing that too, especially if she has to work or if she's working to pretty much make sure she's taking the load off of my back. You know, make sure that she's coming home to a clean house. If you're getting home before her, make sure the house is clean. Make sure she got food cooking. Look to actually be that man and be the lead, like, you know, like Quez was talking about. But it takes teamwork. So we're gonna have to work together to make this work as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. I can't sit here and just depend on just one person just to do X, Y, and Z, because again, it creates growing resentment. My wife may resent me for the stuff that I'm doing and I'm placing up on her without giving her any relief. The man may find some type of resentment towards his wife if he's doing everything and not getting some type of relief or not getting some type of help. Because the whole part about it is that, yes, we can aspire to get greater things and get the job promotions, but sometimes we just don't get it. And you can go 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, saying just trying to obtain something, and you just don't get it. Also, if you're talking about starting a business, like Adoration said, you have to have a work ethic. So even if some of you women who are talking about, well, I'm just going to stay at home and start a business, you have to have a work mentality. You're going to have to work. Nothing is going to come easy with you just sitting on your ass. You're going to have to put in work. So even if you're not working at a fast food joint, or you're clocking in, you're putting in a time clock somewhere else, you have to get up and work. If you have a baking business like my girl does, you got to get up and bake. You know, if you have a clothing thing, you have to get up and design. If you're making music, just like how I'm making music, you have to go to the studio. If you're here on a podcast, you have to create material. You're going to have to constantly work. You don't just sit on your ass and just basically get money. You know what I'm saying? Well, unless you're in crypto, but even still, you still got to work. You still got to invest. You have to be able to put in the work. You have to have a work mentality. And if you have a lazy mentality, you're not going to obtain nothing. Then you're going to sit up there. You're going to be resentment. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be angry and bitter at life. And then your marriage is going to fall apart. Your relationships are going to fall apart. You're going to look lonely and bitter. So again, speak positivity over your life. Find you a partner who's going to speak life into you as well, who's going to pray over you, who's going to love you, who's going to help uplift you, to help elevate and motivate you to become better. And then at the same time, you pour that back into your woman. You motivate and help elevate her too. And so again, so you can't be like the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's, the 2 millionaires coming together and becoming billionaires. If you come together, you're going to create a bigger team. And that's the ultimate thing about any relationship, is about team. So make sure that you have a strong team around you. Make sure that you're choosing your team wisely and not just going for the looks or not just going for the money, because as you can see, that all crumbles and fades. And then you're looking in the end like desperate, lonely, and stupid. So, you know, with that being said, I mean, you know, we're going to bring everybody back in. That's me and my 3 cents. This has been a good one right here. Unmute everybody. We're going to unmute. Sorry, I'm still working out the keys. I'm a little slow.
Desperate, lonely, and stupid.
Okay, go and speak your final thought, Jerry Springer. Go and get that final thought.
First off, I am black.
It wasn't the race. Why everything gotta be about race? It was about giving
vegan.
Gosh. I don't need all that negativity right here.
You know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna go cut some grass. I'm gonna go cut a good lawn and feed you.
Damn.
Whatever.
Fertilizer and everything. Snails and shells and everything.
I don't need fertilizer. That's all right though.
Okay. I'll give you some nice good leaves.
Nah, that was good, man. Hey, I think we had another beautiful show. Thank you to the people in the comments, in the audience that tuned in tonight. You know, the people that committed to this.
So Trey.
No, my fault. It's just I pressed the button.
Okay, that was
the end of the show.
No.
Shut your ass up. You know what I'm saying?
No. Go ahead, brother. I'll just turn down the volume. I had it up live.
Nah,
that's what you got to say.
Hey, you already got your award, sir. Get off the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, y'all.
No,
Hey.
you know, that's all I have to say, man. Thanks to the audience. Thanks to the people tuning in. You guys make this thing jump. To our brother Toes out there, you know what I'm saying? Keeping the comment section live. We appreciate you, sir. You can tune into his OnlyFans is sucktoes.com.
Thank you to Shamika. Thank you to Angie. Thank you to Jessica. Thank you to Rob. Thank you to Melvin. Thank you to everybody who came through and supported and dropped their 3 cents. You guys contributed into a greater cause, and we appreciate you.
Special thanks to Adoration tuning in. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning, probably 6 now.
I know, girl.
Dedication.
We appreciate you.
I'm in bed.
Oh, wow.
Our
Okay.
passport bros expert right there.
Right.
I'm basically a passport girl, so you know.
Oh, damn. Passport girls. Passport and toes. All you
Why
know.
everybody trying to? I'm like, why everybody trying to bash my niggas? Why everybody trying to bash my men? My passport brothers, my brothers.
Hey, yo, Shamika, what's good with you? Hey, much love to everybody. Make sure you tune in. We may not be live next Friday. We might do a recorded one. We'll keep it nice and short. I might have some things to do. You know, it's birthday month. You know, so I might be doing some things. I might have some meetings to take care of. So we might do a pre-recorded one. So it'll still be live, just pre-recorded. But we're going to make sure we show up and, we blow your mind a little bit. But again, I'm your boy, Third Degree. We got Quez. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you, Adoration. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Bye, guys.